everybody, welcome back. This is Dominic Sicali, Mafia Roundtable Live. I want to thank everybody for all the comments, all the show of love and support, even the haters out there. As long as they keep it respectful, I'm okay. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. It's extremely important to me. First off, I want to thank our sponsor, EG Vodka. Great tasting vodka. People, go out there, order this vodka, buy EG Vodka. Especially if you're a vodka drinker, trust me, you will not have another vodka this quality at the price ever in your life. This vodka is so smooth, it's ridiculous. EG Vodka, go to egvodka.com, order your vodka. I guarantee you will not be disappointed. With that, I'd like to give a shout out to, we have part of the Sicali family, the New Age Mafia, New Life, New Day, New Mafia. We have alwayslitcigars.com, alwayslitcigars.com. Go to the website. We have hand-rolled cigars. You'll love them. Great cigars. And we'll be coming out with Bronx Tail cigars, too. Coming at you soon. But go to Always Lit Cigars. It's part of the Sicali family, part of the organization. We help each other. We build each other's brands. That's what it's all about, working together. And again, egvodka.com. Go there, try the vodka. You'll love it. We just came back from the Bahamas, trying to work out some deals to get our vodka over there in the Bahamas. Everybody loved it. Great taste. Again, just people are blown away when they try it. They can't even believe that it's an 80 proof vodka. So we're coming up with a new catch slogan too for the vodka. Every girl, every gentleman, every gangster drinks EG vodka. So get your vodka today. Try it. I guarantee you, you'll love it. Great tasting vodka. So let me talk about before I went out to the Bahamas first. It was an interesting week. I sat down with Michael Franchise. Great guy. First time we met, we spoke a few times over the phone. I told him, went across my vision, my feelings on how I see things, how I perceive things should be going. And, you know, it's funny because we were Cosa Nostra on a criminal aspect. But once you're in the life, you're in the life, even though whoever cooperates, whoever rats, however it wants to be categorized, we still have that brotherhood. And we could do things legitimate. We could help kids. We could help better society or better understand, especially guys in the street. You know, I'm not saying they're going to listen. I know when I was in the life, I wouldn't listen until it came to a point where I got disgusted with the life. So there are kids out there, even if we touch one or two kids out there, you know what? It's a success. Just touching one is a success where they could turn around. And I've gotten a lot of comments offline people telling me great motivation for them, that they're doing better. They felt depressed and they see positive. And that makes me feel good because I am trying to give back. And like I just mentioned to somebody, I did a tremendous amount of bad in my life, caused a lot of harm, heartache, you know, and one day I will answer for that. But in the meantime, I am trying to make amends, trying to do the right thing. And I'm working on something that's coming out to show people we can put our differences aside. People like using the word hate. Hate's a strong word, especially when you don't know somebody. You might hate what I've done in my past, but if you don't know me, how could you hate me as a person? And we'll go into this on another live topic. Hopefully, the people I'm looking to bring on, get together with, agrees with me. We still have to work things out to see if everybody's in compliant. And I'm sure it will work out because it makes sense. And we're going to just show the world that we can make this a better place. But aside from that, back to Michael, great guy. And it's funny because like I told him, there's so much I could learn from him, just growing as a person, as an individual. So he's been doing this much longer than I have. and he has so much knowledge. And even I told him what I like. We all get animated. We all get sometimes heated, especially when we're talking about things in the past. Me, I'm still working on my anger where I just get explosive, and you could see it animated when I do tell some of the stories. And I tell Michael, there's sometimes I see where he gets into his story and he's getting maybe agitated, or he feels that passion for his story, and he tells everybody, but he's under control all the time, and I like that. I praise him with that. But there is a lot we could do together moving forward. Hopefully, we will be doing things together. I think we hit it off for the 3 hours we were together. Wonderful guy. And like I told him, I could definitely learn a lot from him. As I told Sammy the Bull Dad as well. Two different types of characters, but that's what makes everybody different. That you have to appreciate that. Especially we walk Cosa Nostra, and it's still there, but we could still grow and use the good. That Cosa Nostra wasn't all bad. We did. I helped people out there, whether it be get a real job or just doing things out there. And that's why I created the Sicali Family Inc. to bring that origin back to help people, not to take advantage. Because everybody's stronger as a group than an individual. It's not I. It's about teamwork and us working together, pulling resources. And I think Michael saw a lot of what I was saying in agreement. I can't speak for him, but I think we did hit it off. So, and Sammy as well. Sammy is just a wonderful guy, and I agree with Michael. All this internet bickering back and forth needs to stop. Putting somebody down, it's not positive. Let's just stay constructive and move forward. So, with that, I'm going to go into an article I read this week from Jerry Capisci, Gangland News, about Michael Mancuso, Bonanno boss, and the underboss, Johnny Joe, who I had a feeling there was word out there that was Michael knows his cousin. Because people asked me how could he be the underboss, and I always had a feeling Johnny Joe. Johnny Joe is a powerhouse in himself, a great guy. He would be better suited as the boss than Michael's. Michael's just a buffoon in my eyes. But lo and behold, it looks like Michael will be getting violated. Unless Judge Garifas sees something that wasn't reported, but he's stone cold busted meeting with convicted felons, associating, even though I think on wiretaps, him and Johnny Joe. So who's the next to fill the void? Michael would have to choose somebody he trusts, or somebody who's loyal to Vinny Basciano in that fashion, which is Michael Mancuso as well. Unless they had a discrepancy back and forth, which is a possibility. After I cooperated, they say Vinny greenlighted the execution on Michael. Me killing Michael that 2005 Valentine's Day, what saved Michael's life was the fact I was arrested in January. So with that, my guess would be Anthony, Bruno, and Delicato would be the one to step up and take that position. I hope he doesn't, so I really don't want to see Bruno violated. Bruno, if you're listening to this, step back. Step back. You deserve a lot more in life. You're a great guy. Tremendous. You're a powerhouse in itself. Funny bastard. I miss those times with you. All the laughs we did have. You may hate what I did, but I know you don't hate me deep down. You hate my choice. And I'm cool with that. I respect that. But don't take the position. Stay away. You're up in age now. Have the remaining years of your life free. Enjoy your family. Whatever you're doing out there, stay legit. Do what you're doing. Stay away from the mafia. It's dead. Michael's just going to bring you down. The Bonannos are going to bring you down. I know it's part of your code and all that, but stay away. That's my advice. But that would be the choice, I would say. With that, We'll take comments and stay tuned for more episodes coming out. We're going to get a lot more heated on this show. Okay, Lee.
All right, we're going to start with easy questions
Oh,
first.
thank
Okay.
you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, this is from Thomas. He says he wants to know if EG is available on Long Island. So you want to tell him how he can get it in New York?
You could go online. Right now, we're working out with RNDC to be licensed in all 50 states. So we're applying, we already applied for that. But there is an online store. So when you click on the link, it'll basically tell you what states they could ship to. And if not, please let us know and we'll work on getting it licensed for that state to ship. But we should be on all the liquor stores coming soon in states. I'll let you know as the states go by. We're working on New York, New Jersey, Philly, the East Coast. I know right now we are in Florida, California, and Arizona. So just bear with us. But again, you could go online and I think they're licensed to ship in 40 states. So you would have to see if they're licensed. If not, let us know and we'll work on that to get you that liquor.
Hey, Don, Mike just came in and asked if he had any dealings with Joe Napoli. I don't know if I
Okay,
pronounced it right.
Carrie. Now, Carrie's new to this, so please, people, bear with him. He's a Jewish fellow out of Miami, pain in my ass. And also, we're coming out with a hair product for men. Carrie's coming out with a hair formula. He really is. He's a pain in my ass, fights with me all the time, gets my blood boiling. And what makes matters worse, my wife coincides with him all the time. So it's like I get tag team. But Kerry is really comes up with some good ideas. But he's coming out with a hair product for men, brush applicator. We were just going back and forth with it, but it'll be with virtual reality. You go online, you pull up the app, and it'll show you the color of the hair. The guy will come up your face, and it'll show everything. So go ahead, Kerry. I'm sorry. Now, could you get the name right? Go ahead.
Okay, Mike asked about Joe Napoli. Did I pronounce it
Di
correctly?
Napoli.
The Napoli?
The Napoli.
The Napoli.
Yeah.
Okay, see, people
And Mike,
just...
thank you for the contribution. We appreciate it. We'll get our act together. It's Friday.
Yeah,
so-
one of these days. Maybe they'll have a few drinks. Who knows with Carrie.
That's the AG vodka, right?
You said Mike DiNapoli?
Correct.
No, the only DiNapoli I dealt with, I know of Joey DiNapoli and Cheech, Frank DiNapoli. And back in the day, Frank DiNapoli, I don't know if it's the cousin, brother, we used to pick up Coke from him. He would have Coke and party all the time. So, and I'm going back maybe, I'm 56, I would say, close to 35, 36 years ago. So, no, I don't know Mike DiNapoli.
How about Joe DiNapoli?
Joe DiNapoli, yes. I never met him in person. I know of him. Next question.
All right, that was the question. Just so everybody knows, we're working out the issue, but you can still hear the audio. This question, did you know, did Gene Barillo get sentenced yesterday? Someone's asking the question.
Yes, I heard Gene Barillo got sentenced. Now I could come out. From what I heard, we have no video?
No, the video is about to come back up.
Okay. All right, sorry about no video, but we do have audio. That's just the film guys. They didn't pay their bills. So we're trying to put the credit card processing in so at least we could come up live again. You know, that's my fault. I didn't pay them. So that's what happens. Please, hopefully the lights don't go out. I'm behind with that too. But all joking aside, Gene Barillo, I heard, did get sentenced. I don't know for a fact, but this is what I heard. Got 4 more months added to his sentence, and he'll be home with 0 probation, which is great. So now I'll let everybody know, yes, I did have contact with Gene when he was out here. He came down to Florida. He was living in Tampa. We helped him out, got him a vehicle, looked out for him, put him with a good group of guys. But Gene was a little reckless. Gene needs more control, more substance behind him. And I'm going to have Gene close with me. Gene has a lot of apologizing to do to people out there that he did insult on the internet. And I spoke to him prior. And, you know, I don't like somebody knocking somebody, especially when you don't know them personally. It's not nice. It's not a good look. And if Gene can't conform, he's not going to be part of our organization. He's not going to be part of our group. But I know he will. Gene is a tremendous guy. He just misguided his whole life. He was around Vinny Asaro, who was just chaotic in his own ways, and Gene thought that was the right way to be in the life. And also Ronnie Gialonzo, which is another guy. Obviously, we went down again. They don't know what they're doing, but sorry about all the glitches today. That's maybe everybody's just drunk. Who knows? From EG. Good.
So the Sit Down, a Crime History podcast. Thank you for the contribution. It just says Dom's a good man. Hope to see you soon. We'll be down there soon, pal.
Jeff, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, you didn't have to send anything. Thank you so much. And I apologize I haven't been in touch with you like I should. I've just been real busy. You know how hectic things could get, and I've been meaning to reach out to you. But great show. I have been watching your shows when I could get a chance, but I'm just trying to build this, so you know how difficult it can be. Great show. Go to the Sit Down. Jeff comes out with great content. He's fair, and he'll tell it the way it is, and that's what I like. If somebody says, Dom, you're an asshole, and they tell me A, B, and C, and I look back, I said, you know what? You're right. Thank you. I like somebody straightforward that tells it the way it is, and that's it. So are we back live with the feed?
Yeah.
You could see me?
Yeah.
Kerry's shaking his head no.
No.
Well,
There's a little bit of the.
Now we got it.
Oh, okay.
They're good.
All right. No, sorry about the glitches,
the audio
people.
was never cut off. You're still talking.
Okay. No, I don't care about the audio, you know.
Yeah.
I want to smile, see?
We know everybody wants to see you. All right, everybody wants to see you. We know that.
After
All
that
right?
video in the Bahamas.
Yeah.
Oh, you like the video in the Bahamas? Yeah, man. We're going to have some fun.
That's Jamaica, but it's okay.
Jamaica, Bahamas, all the same thing. No, I shouldn't say that. I apologize.
Here we
That's
go.
like calling the Italian, whatever. You know, sometimes you say Sicilian and Napolitan. Oh my God, they get insulted. Meanwhile, I'm both. I'm Sicilian and Napolitan. But God forbid if you say, you know what I'm talking about anyway. Let's go.
John G's asking, how involved is Vinny day-to-day running of the Bonanno crime family today?
I don't think Vinny is involved too much. I really believe they do have a tight rein on him in Coleman, but you know, messages can get out. You know, I think these bonehead moves that happen, it's Michael Mancuso. I'm sure he has Vinny's support, if any. I really don't know, but that's history. Vinny's history. He's in for life. I feel for him. But it is what it is. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Again, I make no excuses for my ratting, what I did. I did it. I broke the code, took the coward way out. I don't know how many times I have to say it. But people, again, if Vinny keeps his fucking mouth shut, we never get arrested. 0 murders they have on us. 0. We were the only ones there. Joe Messino, Sal Vitale, Richie Cantarelli, Frank Copa, Frankie Lino, Joey D'Amico. Nobody knows about these murders. 0. But Vinny has to go and tell Joe, we killed him. Joe, we killed him. If we're sneaking a guy, going behind the boss's back to kill somebody, why the fuck are you going to tell him? So it was Vinny's big mouth. Not saying he ratted, his big mouth. Anybody knows the life. You kill somebody, minutes later, you get away. Never gets mentioned. 0, never gets mentioned. That's it. Anybody else? I don't know what you're talking about. We didn't do it. Now, if Joe gave the order, it's a different story. Joe didn't give the order. So let's get that straight. Yes, I ratted. I was disgusted with the life, but I'm at a happier place now. So, because I hate when people like, stop, middle ground. I ratted. That's it. It's over. It's done with. That's it. I'm at a better place. But Vinny should have kept his mouth shut. Vinny keeps his mouth shut. We never wind up in jail. Not on those murders. So maybe down the road we wind up in jail. but not those murders. And I just got disgusted with they robbed everything from me within the first year. Dominic will never rat. Dominic will never rat. They left me broke. Broke. So now I'm going to do a life sentence for the crime family and have nothing. It's one thing if I had nothing, I'm cool with that. But you're going to leave me broke, destitute, while Michael Nose is running around with his new teeth, smiling with his hair plugs on my dime? No, fuck that. I was a sucker too long in my life, did time for a crime I didn't commit, and that's it. So I did what I did. Next question.
All right. Cody James is more of a comment. Says they're going to pull you off the shelf. First informant boss.
Thank you, Cody. I am a boss, the Sicali Family Inc. And I will announce my underboss, Joseph Gambini. Yes, Anthony Aiello's cousin, the guy who also cooperated in our case, but then I think he testified against Vinny with the homicide, what he was told. Great guy, tremendous earner. My underboss doesn't do anything wrong, supports law enforcement this day and age, gave to many, many charities, helped out many organizations during COVID. Great guy, tremendous powerhouse. So we're coming together. We're not coming together. We are together, and we're creating a monster here, legitimizing everything, and we help people nowadays. We help educate, eradicate the drugs, get them off the streets, and we do the right thing for the public. We're giving back.
All right, so this question is from Peter Byron. I thought the rules state if your father gets clipped, you can't be a boss.
I never heard that one before. Next question.
Do you think most bosses get stressed out since it's a lot of pressure and responsibility? Or does it take a person who can handle that without breaking?
Wait, I'm sorry. I missed all that because everybody's pointing to Kerry because Kerry forgot the microphone. See, I told you, Kerry drives everybody crazy. Yeah, could you repeat that so people can hear you, not just me?
Do you think most bosses get stressed out since it's a lot of pressure and responsibility? Or does it take a person who can handle that without breaking?
Oh, I'm sure bosses get stressed out, but you had guys like Vinny when he was in tenure of running the family. He didn't tolerate it. There's some aggravating factors because people are just knuckleheads. They think they could do whatever they want to do. And that was one of the reasons why Randy Pizzolo got killed. Vinny was going to make a point in a statement. We don't tolerate that. You're going to listen. We run a tight ship. And on another hand, the money that comes in is very, it's worth it, put it that way. So it works both ways for the bosses.
All right. Cody James asks, who are a few other heavyweight guys that could take the reins of the Bonannos?
I would definitely say Johnny Joe. Bruno, even though I would say he would be Michael's choice, I don't think he would be a right fit. Very knowledgeable, but I just don't see Bruno's more a loyalist, somebody who could keep people in check just because of who he was and what he's capable of doing. I think Jerry Asaro, Joe Camarano Jr. I would even say Louis Electric. I think they're powerhouses in themselves. And there might be some up-and-coming guys, too, that I'm not aware of, or it's just not, I'm just not aware of. But I would suggest those guys would be pretty good fits for the family's head.
All right. Peter Miller wants to know, hey, Dom, are you going to produce and sell red wine at some point?
You know what, Peter? Right now, if I could find a conduit, some type of connection, and it's funny that you say that. Back in, I think, 2015, I went to Naples, Italy, and we were working out some deals to bring some organic wines over to the country, but they just didn't get it. The pricing was way too high for us, and we didn't see a fit. But if you want red wine, I hear Michael Franchese has a great line of red wine. Go visit him. Go to his website. I think it's up for sale. They're selling it. And from what he told me, it's really priced right, and it's not a bad wine from what he said. So go there, try his wine. He has it, but I would love to get involved in that. Yes, next. Kerry. Okay, Kerry's sleeping. Next. Good, Wilfredo, you could.
Xavier James is asking, why did Vito Guzzo get a button even after shooting a mate man? Vini TV and killing his passenger? Isn't he supposed to have been killed?
Yes, but I don't know the whole story behind that. All I know is Vito Guzzo was just tough guy in his own rights, very violent from what I've heard. And that's it. So I can't answer that. I can't go into details because I really don't know. Go ahead, Kerry.
All right, this is from Devin. He asks if you ever had any dealings with other mob families outside of the East Coast in prison or on the streets. And is it true that they are different from made guys in New York?
I did have dealings in prison with other guys, and everybody's different. So, even Philly, the Philly mobs, Chicago, everybody has their own ways, the way they conduct themselves. But at the end of the day, it's still Cosa Nostra, so there is that level of respect. But as far as different, yes, people are different. So, but at the end of the day, it's all the same.
All right, CLR is asking what legendary mobster that you regret that you never met?
Legendary mobster.
That you wish you would have met.
Okay. John Gotti, I would say. John Gotti. I wish I met Vic Amuso in person. Heard a lot about him. Gas Pipe in person. Just because I heard a lot of stories from Little Oscar about them. I heard they were tremendous guys. And I would say that's it. Of course, Lucky Luciano. If you go back, even Al Capone, I would love to have met them.
All right, so we know this question is going to come up. What's the watch of the day for today?
Oh, a little Rolex. That's all.
The next comment's from Cody James. He's saying, laugh out loud at Dom getting tag team by his wife and the poor Jewish guy. Jewish boy.
Poor Jewish guy. What about poor Dom?
Poor Jewish boy.
Poor Jewish boy. Poor Dominic. We mean them. Because here's what happens. Kerry talks shit and says, oh yeah, everybody yeses Dominic, but I don't yes Dominic. I tell Dominic the way it is, and then I got my wife. That's it. Give it to him. Give it to him. You're right. You're right. And then God forbid if I say something to Carrie, then she gets mad at me. She's not talking to me. So I'm just screwed every which way. But thank God my wife's not here, so now I can talk shit. Now watch her comment. Bitch, you better shut up.
So Jacob Gian Suzy. Dom, did you have any dealings with the Devacante family?
Not off the top of my head. No. Next.
Southwest is saying, Dom, when are you going to tell us who you believe the real boss of the Genovese family is? And hope you had a good vacation.
Thank you. Yes, it was pretty good. Really wasn't a vacation. I had a few hours where I did get a few drinks in, so that was nice to relax. With the Genovese, I am definitely waiting on that. I have so much respect for the family that it's just there's people there that I do care for that are in that position that I don't know. I'm undecided, but for now, I'm waiting. And it just shows. Even I read an article, even with Barney, who they say is the boss. How on earth are you taking your girlfriend and putting her sister in a company that you're affiliated with? Like, it's just mind-boggling. And then letting people know that people knew that you're behind it. So that shows me it doesn't matter how smart you are, book smart. If you don't have that street intelligence, it's just not the right fit. So, and again, even Barney taking a picture for his birthday, even though it was isolated, picture still got out. Again, that shows that's not the Genovese family boss. So the street, the book smart's there, the wayward's there, but the street smarts are not there, obviously. Next question.
So this one's from Jason S. He says, Dom, you're very much a motivational person. Are you going to come out with more motivational shorts? Because we're a big fan of those.
Absolutely, 1,000%. And Carrie actually breaks my balls every time. Dom, motivational, Dom, motivational, Dom, motivational. And yet, okay, Carrie, give me a topic. Well, you have to come up with a topic. I'm like, gee, thanks. So just throw everything on me. Like that, though, I have to come up with it. But no, actually, when I was away, even with the rap songs, I have about 100 rap songs I wrote. Motivational, I have motivational poetry that really, really inspirational, that when I was in a bad place, I did a lot of writing. So no, I will be sharing them. We'll be coming out with them. I know because of Lee, you could thank Lee with the merchandise. We have it up. We have a website with no merchandise. So thank you, Lee. Between Lee and Jason, they go back and forth what they're going to do, but it never gets done because Kerry has Lee working on his hair products. So to hear Kerry, oh my God, there he goes. But Kerry's here for the live, so he's going to be a target. Go ahead, Kerry. You could go because he's raising his hand. Here we go.
Wait.
I'm going to battle with the
wait a
team
second.
now. Let's go.
So Bella says,
Bella.
yeah, she goes,
Hey,
I have a
Bella.
feeling you keep talking like that. Your wife is going to have you sleeping outside with the dogs.
Bella, my wife is away for the week, so I am sleeping with the dogs. They sleep with me every night. And my fluff. Oh, let me tell you a story about my fluff. Kayla. This is my gangster cat. 19 years old. Vet tells us she has mouth problems. I put it up on TikTok where she's scratching. Take her to the vet. They're like, she might not come out of the anesthesia at her age. Okay, put her under. She went under. Boom, she came out. Happy, running around. All of a sudden, the infection came back. So the bone started protruding through the gum. So she had to go under a second time. She comes back. Now I'm away. My wife is like, oh my God, Dom, the cat is like just lethargic. She's not moving. As soon as I come into the house, this little stinker comes running out, hops on me, and starts purring. I'm like, yeah, really lethargic. But this cat, she follows me around like a dog. So what I'm getting at is, I'm laying in the bed. My wife's not there. She went away. And the cat's sleeping on top of me. So she has her head by my stomach with her paw out. I doze off. All of a sudden, I feel a jerk. And I look. It was like a strong spasm. I wake up and I look at her. I'm like, oh my God, Kayla. And I pushed her. I lifted her head. Boom, her head fell down. I got up. Oh my God, I love this cat. I'll be heartbroken. And then all of a sudden she moved. I'm like, you little bum. But she was out that cold. But no, she's doing well. And hopefully she'll be around a lot longer.
All right. So first of all, about the merchandise, everybody comment what type of merchandise you want, and we'll make sure we have merchandise up next week for you.
Lee, no. That is Lee. I will give his name, his address, his phone number if he doesn't have that merchandise up.
All right.
So we're coming out with, I think, cups, baseball caps, the usual. I want to do photos, signatures, come out with a whole bunch of things. EG bottles signed. Even my notes, I'm thinking about when I first started, sign it, frame it. So we'll come out with a lot of different things. We're trying to put out a good quality product. Kerry, what are you laughing for? Were you on drugs?
forgot the
Yes,
fluff up,
he's on Valiums all the time, but that's why he's a little slow. But no, we're just looking. I think they're looking at the merchandise, making sure it's quality. Go ahead, next.
All right. So here, Titan Strong says, Dom, love the channel. The sponsor advertising needs to cut in half, bro. Stay G, big homie, and hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. So maybe just explain, EG's more than just a sponsor.
Yes, EG's more than just a sponsor. Thank you. You want to talk? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
No.
Come on. Oh, okay. See, Lee's telling me how I should explain it, but EG is more than just a sponsor. We have 6 majority partners who own the company. I'm one of them. So it's our company. We're building the brand. Our goal is to build it, maybe flip it. So hopefully this is the inception of the company. It's not the inception, it's been out a while. But us getting together where, we might get somebody in to offer us a nice offer for the company where we'll flip it out now. Because I see in the next few years, this could be $1 billion company. Easy. And the vodka speaks for itself. all day long. The vodka speaks for itself. Next. Okay, nobody wants to talk.
Your least favorite former friend, Sandro. I'm gonna pronounce this last name wrong. Asayo just passed away. Is there anything positive you can say about him?
Sandro who?
Asayo, Aiosa. Asayo.
I
Ios.
I don't know Sandro. Maybe I do, maybe I don't, but I don't know off the top of my head.
So nothing.
Well,
positive.
rest
Good.
in peace.
There you go.
Next.
So here's a question from Abdulaziz. What's your advice for the young mobsters?
Leave. Don't get involved. It's not worth it. What are you getting involved for? Tell me. There's no more sport. Well, there's sports betting, but it's all legal now. You could do things legally. Like, it just makes no sense. Run away. Too much money, legit. No loyalty either, obviously. Lee?
They're just commenting, why would you ever admit after the fact to taking care of somebody? And everybody's talking about that. And so the question is,
What do you mean, admit
about killing somebody? Why would you ever talk about it? They're
Thank
saying
you.
why. That's what they're trying to say.
Thank you. Why would you? Why would you? And that's my point. I'm not pointing. Well, I am pointing a finger because everybody, people have tunnel vision. Yes, I broke the code of omerta, and there is no reason for that. And I don't make excuses for that. But if you're gonna sneak somebody, it's sneak. Sneak when nobody knows. That's only a certain few. Why would you go and tell somebody when they ask you? Boss and no boss. Remember, Cosa Nostra, when you're a made guy and you kill somebody, anybody, without the boss's permission, unless it's self-defense, you could be killed for that. Vinny and the entire hit team could have been killed. Joe Messino could have had us killed like that. Because we did it behind the boss's back, behind the family's back. Why would you tell? So not only you risked us, you put us on the front line now with somebody who wasn't involved in the murder, knows. And now we could get killed. So there's two facets about that. That's why you shouldn't talk. And what made Vinny talk, I have no clue. I have no clue. But he didn't talk about the 12 other people he killed behind Joe's back. 12 people. Not one, not two, not three, not four. 12. And Vinny pulled the trigger on all 12. That I know for a fact.
This is just a comment. It says, actually, your wife is the boss.
Yes, she is. She is the boss. I became civilianized where I vacuum, I mop, I clean. Never did that in the past. It was just, you have that gangster mentality, that swagger. I have no more swagger. I put my apron on and I start vacuuming. So, which I don't mind. It helps out around the house. And it's funny because I told my wife, get somebody to clean the house. She did one time. My wife actually cleaned the house before the cleaning lady came. So that didn't work. But other than that, yes, it's a partnership. And I've learned to grow. I'll make her coffee every morning. It'll be, by the time she gets up, I'm up at 3 a.m. She'll get up about 8. And we just have different things we do. I'll take care of the cat. She'll take care of the dog. Ever since my Maya passed away, I would take care of the dogs, and it just broke my heart. I just can't find the strength to be on top of them as I used to. Maya was my baby, and she died. For those of you who don't know, we moved into a new home, never went to the garbage, came back home. Garbage was all over the kitchen floor. And I saw Maya laying with a potato chip bag over her head. And it was just traumatic for me. And, that my heart's broke. And I have basically a memorial over here of my animals on the side of my chest, under my rib cage. So, but with that, next question.
If they want to see it, they can go to Instagram and see your reel.
Oh, yeah?
They can see the memorial. Yeah.
Oh, okay. See?
And you relate back to that reel.
See, Wilfredo's looking at, he knows every part of me. Dogan, I'm not going there.
Try me.
This is from Jason again. He says, Dom, you talk about killing people a lot. Is it like in the movies where you get up close in their face and then whack them? And that was it.
Well, it's not it's different. You have the adrenaline going. My first homicide, and you'll hear about that. It's still in the queue. I'm just waiting for the right time to release it. The guy's talking about, I have to pee, and all of a sudden he runs. That was a spur of the moment. Like, I wasn't thinking about shooting him in a hotel room, but that's where he wound up dead. And that's where we killed him. That's where I killed him, not we. I killed him.
That's the one you went back upstairs to make sure.
Yeah,
you were
Kerry.
safe.
Yes, I'm not looking to tell my story yet. So thank you. That's why I argue with Kerry, because he just doesn't know when to zip it. Zip. Nah, just joking. He's a great guy, though, Kerry. Next question.
Bob Stevens has been watching all your stories and really enjoy them. Did you ever meet Nicky Glasses, or was he before your time?
Nicky Glasses. Yeah, I think no, it was Bobby Glasses. I'm pretty sure I did. If you could, is that the Gambino family? Just respond back. Let me know. If so, yes, I did meet him. Next question.
And the quote of the day is, while Michael Nose is running around with his new teeth smiling with his hair plugs on my dime. That's the quote of the day.
Okay. That will be the quote of the day. Mikey Nose with his new teeth and hair plugs on my dime. Thank you for that one. You know what? That'll be part of the memorabilia. We'll put that on a shirt, too.
All right, this one's from Steph. She wants to know what recipes you learned to cook when you were in the joint.
Oh, that's another thing. We're going to be doing some cooking segments. We have another restaurant out in Tampa. We'll be over there behind the scenes, and then I'm going to do cooking jailhouse style. So you're going to see that too. It's interesting, trust me. Very innovative with that. And we'll show how to make hooch, which is moonshine. Actually, they were making moonshine. They were taking the hooch and they created a still. That's when I was in Talladega, Alabama. So it'll be interesting, and you'll see how creative inmates can get. Convicts also. Next. Okay. Nobody wants. Everybody's looking at each other.
Right. This is from Jorge Ruiz. If you could go back in time, would you tell Vinny to keep his mouth shut, causing your life and crime family to stay the same, or would you keep everything the same, thus bringing your life up to now?
If I could go back in time, I would have never been part of the life. I would have remained adamant. I'm not getting straightened out. And that's it. I didn't need it. I really didn't need it. They needed me. And you know what? I was used, abused. Everybody wants to talk out of two sides of their mouth, where we never say anything if this happens, but I'll say it. Like, it's just disgusting. It's sad. It's sad because that life can be so rewarding, but yet it's just so treachery. I mean, even just to even show you, women, when I got arrested after the first year, before I cooperated, word was even coming back to me. My son's mother, I mean, I had a big home. We were having houses built in the Troggs Neck section of the Bronx. They robbed me so bad, she had to move to like a 700 square foot apartment, that even people in the nail salon, all the girls in the neighborhood, women, passing comments, it's a shame the way they had. Now, he's not even locked up a year, the way he's living, the way they decimated me financially. It's embarrassing. So I'm glad I'm out of the life, happier. I don't have to answer to anybody, and I'm going to do the right thing, trying to help educate people and put out a positive message. And I'll always be fair, always, and tell it the way it is, the way I feel.
All right. This is from Flatbush BK. Hey, Dom, great podcast. What do you think of the Colombo family?
Colombo family, there's some people there I really don't care for, but they're okay. I think, I know I was reading somewhere about the next boss. I think Tommy Schatz, once he does get released, is a good fit. I liked him. I liked the way he conducted himself when we were out there. But who knows? They're also decimated. So, I know we had a good relationship with them, Bonanno and Colombo's. So, who knows?
Dominic wants to know what were your earnings and how much of a percentage you had to kick up.
Usually it's supposed to be 10%, but with Vinny, I split everything with him. It wasn't about. I look at things. I look at the bigger picture. If I'm doing the right thing by people, they're going to throw more things my way. And that's what happened. Vinny saw the way I was, even stuff I had. Split everything with him 50-50. And yeah, at the end of the day, Vinny owed me a ton of money. Vinny was, and I hate to say this, but he liked to gamble. And I felt, oh, here we go. We had a massive sports book that came in. I mean, when I tell you massive, massive. But Vinny likes to bet on games. And I'm like, damn, what do I do? All right, Vinny, we'll go partners because I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I don't go partners with him and he loses, I have to help him out because he's going to look at Bo. I have to get this paid. It's my reputation. So I'm going to have to help him. But if he wins and I'm not partners, I don't reap the rewards. So I had no choice. So I was handcuffed with that. But Vinny could have been 10 times better if he just didn't gamble. But he likes the football games. He likes his blackjack. And you'll hear stories about that. Betting $5,000-$10,000 a card right next to Michael Jordan. So, it was an eye opening, but and the money, I mean, was ridiculous. What brought me down a lot was just Vinny's gambling and helping him out because that was my guy. So, but it is what it is.
Here's a contribution from Alexander Wilson. It says, Nicky Glasses is Nicolas Marangelo. He was Carmine Galante's underboss in the 70s. He died in 99, and he got demoted after they whacked Galante.
Then no, and thank you for the clarification. No, I never met Nicky. If I did meet him, it would have been in jail, but because all the 90s I was locked up and I got released at the end of 99, so.
Hey, this one's actually for Lee. They want to know if there's going to be a cooking jailhouse shirt available.
If that's what you want, that's what we'll do. You could send in requests what you're looking for, and we'll accommodate. And I'm also looking for pricing. I'm not looking. Listen, it's not my thing to make money. Even my books I sent out, it cost me money because I had to buy my book off of Amazon. Then I had to mail them out, and I did that all free of charge. I just looking to do the right thing. And my main objective is to build companies, the vodka company, help Kerry with the hair company, the cigars. We have restaurants, we have nightclubs, especially I was just in Detroit, a big nightclub around us. Like I said, our organization's big. I have people that own Lear Jet Company. I'll be releasing a lot of stuff out, showing what the Sicali family is about and the members. We have a lot of businessmen, attorneys on board. And everything is done legit. We all help each other out. We look out for one another. That's why guys like Gene Barillo coming out, you have a home. But Gene has to correct himself. He has some apologies to make to people that I like, that I care for. And, talking out of school, talking that gangster talk over the internet, it's not what it's about. I was never about that. If I had to handle my business, people feared me most when Dominic had his mouth shut. When Dominic stopped talking, that's when you had to watch out. That's when I was striking. It's not about, rah, rah, rah. You hear me yelling, you're safe. When I stop talking, that's when you have to worry. That's the way I was brought up. That's a real gangster.
All right, Jacob wants to know, did the Bonannos ever bring in guys from Italy to fill some of the positions in the family?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm sure guys did come in from Italy because they want to transition to the States. And of course, if they're relatives, they become part of the family. I know the Pizza Connection case had a lot of, we call them zips, guys from the other side. And it's just about building the organization. Even, again, when I went to Italy, I loved the country. I felt so at peace. It's like in my blood. And it was amazing. I'll tell you, I was in Portofino. My wife and I if we sit down here in the States, we're at a lounge or a restaurant, a bottle of wine will knock off maybe within 45 minutes, a few glasses, drink them. We actually had 2 glasses, and we were at the place maybe about an hour and 15 minutes, and we didn't even finish a glass. It's just that calm. For me, it was that tranquil. I felt at peace. I felt at home, like I belonged.
So here's a contribution from Can't Stop, Won't Stop. Can you share any Carmine Lombardozzi stories you may heard over the
You
years?
crippled that name.
Lombardozzi?
I have no idea. You want to try help him out?
Carmine Lombardozzi.
Carmine?
Carmine Lombardozzi.
Let me see what is it here.
Here we go.
Yeah, that's what it
Lemondossi?
is. Yeah, it says, "Can you share any Carmine Lombardozzi?" Lombardozzi. That's what it's
No,
called.
I don't. I don't. I apologize. If you want, throw up another name, maybe. I don't even know a Carmine that comes to my recollection.
All right, Alexander Wilson, thanks for the contribution. Do you know anything about the alleged Montreal mob gang war that is going on right now? They allegedly whacked out a daughter of a mob guy.
Are you serious? Wow. That's disgusting. That's disgusting. I know I'm different. Something ever happened to my daughter, all bets are off. I am going in. I don't care. That's it, because my life is over. So I will, I don't even want to say what I would do. But that's a sad day. That's a sad day. That's not the mafia. That's a disgrace. That's a disgrace.
This is from Jay Stone. Can you finally give us some Ronnie G stories?
Ronnie G stories will be coming soon. Maybe live with Gene. We'll put Gene up here with Ronnie G. But I liked Ronnie. One story, a quick one. I was in Bartini's one night, Ace Aiello. We're in the corner. Ronnie G came in. At the time, he was just a soldier. Ace introduced me to him. It's actually, I think, the first time I met him. He had, I think, Mike Palmacio. There was another Mike there, somebody else. Altogether, I think there was 3 soldiers there with Ronnie. And I think one of the Mikes got so drunk, asked me twice, "Oh, who are you again? Who are you again?" The third time when he was asking, like, Ronnie was just mortified. I turned around and said, "I'm just a jerk off. My name is Jerk Off. Nice to meet you." And then Ronnie saw that. I know he was mortified. Mortified. Like, are you a fucking idiot? This guy's a captain in our family. And he was just ossified drunk. And to me, that's a disgrace. Actually, and I'll even go back. One time I really, really got so messed up. We were leaving Rayo's. It was Vinny, myself, I think Debbie Kalb was with us, maybe even Bruno too. And while we were there, I started, late in the night, the liquor's hitting me. And I said something like, and I stopped talking. Vinny looked at me, he started laughing. I just put my head, I said, "Bo, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry." He started laughing. He's like, "Bo, that's all right. That's okay. You're fine. You're fine. You're with me." And because Vinny never seen me like that, and it just happens. But I was so embarrassed, like I caught myself. Because you pride on yourself on always keeping. You're drunk, you're feeling good, but not slurring. But he was like, "I got you. I finally saw you messed up." And it was funny between us. And the next day, again, I apologized. And he was like, "Bo, no need to apologize. You're my brother." And that's what I miss about him. Always had my back. I always had his back. So at the end, it was heartbreaking. And even he can't say he hates me. Just like I can't say I hate him. We may not like the decisions each other made, but we shared a lot of times, a lot of strong moments together. Can't take that back. And that's not fake, it's real. But I just got disgusted because it was all about him and his family, and screw me and my family. That's the way I felt, and I just said it's my time to move on. But next.
Here's a question from Bob Stevens. Dom, who was the most feared non-member / associate during your time as a made man?
Most feared
Most
as
feared
a made man.
non-member.
I have no clue because I didn't go out scouting. Um, there's, you know, as far as fearing somebody, I fear everybody, anybody out there. It's not. It's the one you least expect will put a bullet in your head. The ones you underestimate will put the bullet in your head. So everybody's a threat out there. You're just always on your P's and Q's, but nobody one in particular.
All right, Patrick's asking, Dom, did you ever meet Michael Cookie Durso?
No, I didn't. I heard a lot about him, and it was funny that you bring him up. Because at that time is when I just came home. Vinny asked for my release, and then maybe months after, maybe 6 months or that year, that's when we found out Cookie wore the wire. He was around Patty Falsetti, and I would have been in that group because Patty Falsetti was close with Big Ernie. They were together, and it was just I would have definitely been in that mix. I would have definitely been caught up. I would have definitely not ratted. But it is what it is. And people ask, what made you rat? What made you rat? Just seeing that there was no loyalty. Like, not only, and I don't use this as an excuse again. People are asking me, but it wasn't about time. My whole life, as a kid, I was looking at a first degree murder. They were looking to give me the electric chair in Florida. And then after that, electric chair, 25 to life. I was okay. That never scared me. Even my drug conviction for the crime I didn't commit, 10 years. Okay, let's go. It wasn't about the time. It was just about the loyalty behind it. And finally, I'm like, I saw so many guys in jail, older guys who stayed true to the life. Nobody looked out for them, looked out for their family. Yet, wow, to me, that's a disgrace. You know what? Show you the type of captain I was. I was going for about $3,700 a month in commissaries. And look, that's not even counting Bruno. That's other guys who I inherited, wound up in jail, was out on bail, just sending them money. All my guys would get $500 in their commissary every month. And it's funny, because some of them were home. I get locked up, not a fucking penny. It's a disgrace. It's like, wow. But I did it because I know how it is to be in jail, and I did it to look out for people. Matter of fact, oh, you're not watching, but Gene, I know I told Gene I'll be sending him something too. He reached out. But hopefully Gene will get his life back in order, calm down, stay away from these chicken heads running around, these gold diggers that are just out there to make a nuisance of themselves, trying to elevate. And hopefully, if not, Gene's not going to be part of us anymore. And that's it. He's going to have to do his own thing.
Rob J wants to know, what were your guys' reactions when Sal Vitale was exposed as a former corrections officer?
That's another topic. A list goes around to the 5 families when you're straightened out or when you're going to be proposed. You mean to tell me from Bonanno's, Colombo's, Lucchese, Genovese, and Gambino, the list goes around to hundreds, maybe thousands. Not thousands, but over 1,000 made men. They see the list. That even in jail, word gets to people in jail. Do you know anything about this guy? Nobody in the 5 boroughs knew that Sal was a corrections officer. I just find that hard to believe. Maybe people knew, they didn't want to say anything to create controversy. But, it is what it is. So what can I say? At the end of the day, I never met the guy. I've heard nothing but shit about him. You have people that like him, people that dislike him. But from what I heard, there's a lot of people that did not like him. They felt he wasn't quality. But you know what? Shame on Joe for that decision.
Yeah, this one's from David. He wants to know why. I'm sorry. Wait a second. I just lost it. Why Vinny backed Mickey Nose for boss?
Well, Vinny put Michael there because that's Vinny. Vinny knew Michael would be Vinny's puppet. Obviously, Vinny didn't know that Vinny would be getting life in prison. And by the way, Vinny could have took a plea deal. Vinny would be home by now if he took the plea deal. I would have never cooperated. I would have moved on with my 15, 20 years myself, and that would have been it. But he put Michael there knowing he could control Michael, and Michael would be his puppet.
I believe John Wolf is asking for clarification with this comment. It says, he has 420 next to a mafia family name. I thought dope wasn't allowed, pal.
Could you repeat that? Because you just lost me.
So
Go
he
ahead.
has 420
420.
next to a mafia family name. I thought dope wasn't allowed inside your mafia.
Okay, number one, I have no idea what 420 means. Obviously, it's a drug thing. No, they say no, you're not allowed to sell drugs, but almost everybody does. The bosses will take money, especially, hey, here's $100,000. What's this for? You don't want to know. Okay, thank you for the money. They'll take it, but they know. So everybody, Matty Madonna was a big heroin dealer. The boss of Lucchese's. Vic Amuso, gas pipe, they was bringing in, wait till you hear stories about them, with tanker loads of marijuana. Tommy Farice, another one, involved with that. You have a lot of bosses that they were bringing in dope, taking money for dope, and that's it. It's just the way it is.
Alexander Wilson, thanks for your contribution. A little more information and clarity. It says in Montreal, it was a daughter-in-law who got killed for retaliation for the failed whacking of Leonard Rizzuto, whose father is Vinny Rizzuto, who helped whack out Sonny Red in the 80s. That's awful.
Okay, yes, it is. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. But, thank God, all murders, now I look at them, unless it's you're protecting yourself or your family, or somebody does something, comes out and hurts my family, then again, all bets will be off. And I'll do what I have to do and deal with all the consequences after that. Not that I'm looking for it, because I did turn my life around. But one thing I can say, all the victims throughout my life that were actually I was involved with, they were all in the life. There was no innocent civilians. So these are the same people that found their demise by my hand, would have put a bullet in my head like that, if need be. So I just look at it, that's part of the street life. Where even if somebody killed me, my mother would be heartbroken, but all reality, I was in that life. That's part of the life. She, obviously I would have taken them out just as quick. So it happens, but it's sad when an innocent civilian, especially somebody's daughter or niece, gets killed. That's a sad day.
Lily Pope wants to know what the difference between an American mafia and the mafia in Italy. Is there a difference?
Just different countries. Same. They say Italy, they're stricter, they're more violent. At one time I know they were going after prosecutors and judges in Italy. So, they take it to a different limit. It's different. It's the same heritage, but different culture. So, but still mafia is mafia.
So Bob Stevens is asking, Dom, are you familiar with the Denuncios of Boston? If so, did you ever have any dealings?
No, I'm not. I'm not familiar with them, and I had no dealings. Lee?
Dom, what are your thoughts on John Panisi?
Seems like a nice guy. I don't know him. And he's doing his thing, and so be it. But I've never heard of him when I was on the street. We never ran the same circles. But like I say, he seems like a nice guy.
I can't find the question, but I'm going to ask it, paraphrase it. Basically, what he was saying is, did Vinny not have the capability or authority to have that murder since he was acting, or would it always have to be from the top?
If you're talking about with Frank Santoro, when there's a boss in position, even if you're the it depends. Even if you're the underboss of the family, you're not gonna look to take somebody's head, kill somebody, without consulting with the boss first. You're not supposed to go behind the boss's back. What Vinny did. Now, if the boss is not there and the underboss has to make a judgment call, it's a different story. And then he'll explain it to the boss later on. But as long as the boss is there and you have access to that boss, you're supposed to get permission. It has to be the boss. He's the head of our family. That's what gives the life structure. So by doing it behind the boss's back, not only jeopardizes the whole entire hit team, where Joe could have had us all killed for doing it behind his back. But why? Joe Messino, Sal Vitale, they wouldn't have known shit. They wouldn't have been able to tell the government anything, and that would have been it. So, but I don't know what compelled Vinny to open up his mouth and brag about it to Joe, but he did. Next question.
So, do you have any tough Tony stories, Parkside?
Yes, I do. And I'll be coming out with one soon. It'll probably be on one of the recordings, not a live. But probably about the first time we met Tough Tony in the Bronx. And Tony was really a great guy. Met him a few times, even at Parkside. And even when Vinny went to introduce me to him, he's like, I don't care about all that. I know who Dama is, I heard. And like he's just a down-to-earth guy. The button didn't mean shit about him. Well loved and respected by not only his guys, by people around him. Great guy, and may he rest in peace.
So they're asking if you're going to do another rap song, and if you can, will you do one today before the end of the show?
Oh, I could do one. I have a really good one, but I will be doing one. That's just Kerry probably trying to fuck with me. Just so I already know Kerry, but it won't be today. We will be
It's
releasing
actually
one.
Jason Smith.
It figures, Jason. Jason's another guy, part of our team. He's on his 5th honeymoon with his 2nd wife. He's in France right now, enjoying it, living it up while we're over here struggling.
But he did say he's getting a new haircut for you.
Oh my God! Oh, guys, you remember Jason? That's the guy with that weird haircut. He looks like a rooster. Actually,
No, it's from that movie.
I told Carrie, if you look back at the video, you remember the Kool-Aid commercials?
No.
Kool-Aid, oh yeah! That's Jason. Much love to you. Just joking, even though it's true. But
All right, Bob Stevens saying, I think Vinny Rizzuto was one of the most underrated bosses and is top 10 of all time. He was very clever and inventive.
okay, thank you for your thoughts and
I think it's
sharing.
going around because of the
Right.
you know, so.
Thank you. Anything else, or we could wrap it up now?
With a rap song or no rap
Is
song?
there comments coming in or
No,
no?
they're coming in fast. That's why
Oh, okay. How many people we have on?
We're in the mid 200s right
Okay.
now. We're up and down.
So, here's a question. Looking back, do you wish you would have been made into a West Side instead of the Bonannos?
Looking back, I wish I wasn't made, period. I didn't need it. Again, if I would have to choose, I would know. I would stay with the Bonannos, but it's just, to me, it's just a joke. It's a farce, that whole life. If you're a tough guy and you're well respected in the street, you don't need that bullshit. That's all it is bullshit.
Dom, why do you think Vinny backed Mikey Nose for boss?
Well, for Vinny's own selfish reasons. He knew they're close. You know, of course, Vinny wants to be close because he's still getting part of the family, the proceeds and everything. If you have somebody coming from left field taking over, they don't have any loyalty to Vinny, any relationship with Vinny. So every boss wants to keep it close. You know, that's why they put acting people there who are loyal to their fashion.
So, Dom, little Anthony Donato just got released.
Donato,
excuse me. If he contacted you saying, I want to get away from Mickey Nose, would you welcome him in?
It's
with
Mikey
open arms?
knows, absolutely,
It's Mickey.
1000%. It's Mikey knows. It's not Mickey. Mickey Mouse is in Orlando in Disney World. Yes, Anthony's a great guy. I love him. I hope he does. I wish he would reach out. And that's it. You know, he'll be well accepted, and he'll have a direction legally, and he could live his life not worrying about going back to jail, looking over his shoulder.
All right, this question is asking, what was a normal day in the mob like from morning to night? Was it boring at times?
Yeah, there was a lot of times just sitting in the car waiting and just doing your thing. A lot of meetings, staying on top. You're on call 24/7. There's times Vinny would show up at my house at 2 a.m, beep the horn, I'm coming out, and it would be raining. He'd be in the rain. He'd come out with an umbrella, meet me at my door. We'd walk, talk. If situations occurred that, okay, we're on top of it. So you're on call all the time, on point, and that's it. It's part of the life. It's always interesting, though.
So here's a contribution from Alexander Wilson. So can you name some of the older mob members you met in jail?
Oh, I met one guy. Oh, what was his name? He was out of Cleveland, I think. Really, really. Tony Liberatore, old-time mafioso. He had Alzheimer's. I'm pretty sure it was in Allenwood that I even met his daughter on the visit, and assured her, don't worry, he's okay. He was in my unit. We're looking out for him. The other old-timers, well, at the time they weren't old. What are you saying? You wrap it up? You're going like this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just your wrist hurts?
Yeah. But if you want to wrap it up, whenever you
Other
want.
old timers. At the time they weren't old, so. Lou Gatto, who was Louis Red, was with the Genovese crime family. Real nice guy. He told me my uncle was around fish back in the day, which I never knew that because of the waste management company. Good old guy. It's sad with his case. I'll talk about that with Al Greco, his son-in-law. How Al just got released. I think it was a compassionate release. Congratulations to Al. Hopefully he lives long enough to enjoy his family, his wife and kids. I met John Riggy when he was away in Cumberland, Maryland. I mean, the list goes on. I met a ton of guys.
This is more of a comment and just letting people know they're looking to book you on their show. So just make sure if you do have a request for booking you to email Mafia at Mafia Roundtable. It's media@mafiaroundtable.com, and the media team will get back to them.
Okay, well, that's up on the website, correct?
It is.
Yeah, you go to the website, mafiaroundtable.com, and contact through there. Or DM me on Instagram. There's many ways to get in touch with us. Next, one or two more. Because I think Kerry's sleeping. He's studying. I don't know. Kerry has a ton of Brazilian girls. It's like a slew. That's what he's probably looking at because he's smiling with his hand back. So who knows what's going through his brain. Gedley.
Bella says you're going to have to get on a plane soon and hand deliver E.G. vodka to Oklahoma.
Okay. Bella, yes. We'll make a trip out there. So we'll do a case. We'll get a case out to you. I'm sorry with that. So we'll work on getting it to Oklahoma. Sorry about that, Bella.
They also want you to release more bloopers.
Bloopers?
Another
Oh,
reel.
my God. I'm sure we could work on some bloopers getting released. There's some in the archive, I think. We just have to go through them. I think there's too long of editions, so we'll have the guys break them down and go through it.
All right,
Especially with the eye movement with Kerry. So they're good.
This is from David. It says, Dom, why do you think Vinny's alarm didn't sound off when Joe asked him about the murder?
Vinny did say he felt suspicious. He felt uncomfortable. And I don't know. I think Vinny was so in awe with Joe Messina. The way I was with Vinny. Or the way I would be with Big Ernie. It's like, I would never expect it, but I don't know. He says he felt funny. But even so, even if he felt funny, like Vinny, you're in a segregation on a rooftop deck. There's cameras all around. There's guards around. Other inmates walking. But you're speaking at this volume. Like, why wouldn't you say, Joe, I don't know, and lip it? Or whisper in his ear, Joe, I don't know, and then whisper in his ear. So I just don't know. Hindsight is everything. I'm sure Vinny regrets it. But it's just bad mistake for a guy who's extremely sharp. Extremely sharp. Next question.
This is just a comment. Cody James, he says that Kerry has to take a shot every time he mispronounces a name.
Oh, Kerry. Look, Kerry's laughing. He's smiling.
Yeah.
That's it. You're in trouble.
Great show today.
The what?
It's a great show today.
I love it. This is the first time your mouth is shut. Usually Kerry doesn't stop talking. I love
Reading
it.
the comments.
Okay.
They're all good.
But you could. Okay. We don't want.
All right.
Don't worry. My wife will be back.
How many?
She's actually commenting.
Yeah.
A couple more questions, I think. And
Yes.
then, all right. So here's one more. Was Crying Billy a tough guy on the streets?
Who?
It says Crying Billy.
Crying Billy. I have no idea
Okay.
who you're
never
talking
mind.
about.
All right.
Kerry? No.
Don't know that, Billy. What about the Irish? I'm going to pronounce this wrong. Kinhan cartel. They pay their men $500 a week of their in prison for their silence. They have over 200 members in prison, not one spoken yet, because over here the family gets targeted.
Okay. Well, I don't know who you're talking about, but I'm a firm believer. People should be taken care of, and especially when they're part of an organization, there should be money going for people's commissaries, looking out for the families. I know, I always did the right thing. So did Vinny. Vinny was very generous, especially when somebody close with us, like Bruno. We paid for his lawyers on his violation, sent them money, and took care of him financially where he didn't have to worry about commissary, and even his household sent the money.
All right. Here's a good question for you. Were there ever any rumors about guys working with the government who we don't know about?
There's always rumors. Matter of fact, I'll give you a quick story. When I inherited Richie Cantarelli's guys, I think it was Joe Torre and Gino Gillespie. They were both, now they never met me before. They met me, introduced to me as their captain. And later on, when I sat with them at different times, Joe Torre called Gino a rat. And then Gino called Joe Torre a rat. I said, guys, do you know what the fuck you're saying? Do you realize if that's not true, I could kill you? Like, you don't even know me to talk to me that freely. Yet you have no proof, but you're saying you think he's a rat. So, and that's what goes to show you. People shouldn't be made without knowing the life, the do's and don'ts of the life. And obviously they didn't know it. It wasn't like they were longtime friends with me where they could tell me, Dom, I think this guy's a rat, where I'm going to take it. Here you're just meeting me for the second time and you're coming out of your mountain. I mentioned that to Vinny and he was just like, fuck, this is what we have to deal with? Like, guys don't even know the life. It's ridiculous. I'll take one or two more questions or we're done. All right, guys. Thank you. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Stay tuned because I have a lot of things in the works. And if this thing works out, I'll be speaking to another group where we're going to be doing something together. And trust me, it'll be worth everybody's while. I was told not to do it, but I'm going to do what I want to do as far as I'm different. I don't back down from negativity. I like it. Bring it to me. Just as long as it's respectful. And if people are right, I'm cool with that. I've put myself out there on social media. I don't hide from anything. But I like when people talk just to be accurate. Be accurate. And if I'm wrong, I'll admit it. I'm the first one to admit it. I'm man enough. I don't have to hide behind anything in life. So with that, egvodka.com, we're building a brand. Trust me. Best vodka out there. You will not be disappointed. Go to egvodka.com. Try to order it. If not, Bella, I'll be traveling to Oklahoma. It is? Okay, we'll put it all in the suitcases. If it's legal, and I think it is, you can bring liquor. Because I know you can coming into the country with other bottles, as long as it's not for sale. So I'd have to give it to you. But it'd be my pleasure. Thank you for always supporting the show. Everybody have a good evening, good morning, good afternoon, or good morning, good afternoon, whichever way you want to word it. Peace out. Much love and respect for everybody.